In 2019, the body of 23-year-old Autumn Stone was pulled out of Seattle's Green Lake. The death of the young mother of two was quickly ruled a suicide. But that didn't feel right to her family, so they hired a private investigator. Carolyn, Ossorio and Shepard, the hosts of the Scene of the Crime podcast, also took a deeper look into Autumn's death.
There is so much to this story, and I want to try to keep it to a nutshell, because that's why we did the deep dive with our podcast, is so we can really peel back the layers. And Brent Campbell is basically a former police officer with the Redmond Police, and the family reached out to him and said, hey, they found out that during Autumn's autopsy that she had semen inside of her. And so that was never sent to the Washington State Patrol Crime Lab. Knowing some of the backstory in her life, it was very strange that she would have that inside of her, because of her 5-week-old was in the hospital and doctors believed that he'd been shaken. And so there was just a lot of stuff going on in her life, and her family was questioning, whose semen is this?
The other thing is that there were so many people who were either at the scene or related to Autumn in some way that were not investigated. So, for example, there was a man who was lying in a hammock who had a warrant out for his arrest. He was just feet from where Autumn was pulled from the water. They never questioned him. They just let him go. And there are other people in her life with similar situations where there's a connection there, and they probably should have at least been questioned, but they weren't.
So is this investigation being reopened by SPD?
Yes. Yeah, the investigation was reopened with pressure from the family. And one thing we really want to make clear is part of our research was going through the body cam footage of all the SPD officers that were on the scene. And we just want to make very clear that, SPD showed up for Autumn big time. Like, they were at Green Lake within minutes. And the responding officer literally dumped his gear and went in the water, full uniform, to pull her to safety and try to, they performed CPR for 10 minutes. And then on top of that, they were trying to get homicide detectives to come to the scene. They were ripped open. She was wearing this black puffy vest, and it was zipped all the way up to the top. And so they pulled it down, and they were beginning CPR, and they were shocked to find shoelaces wound super tightly around her neck. Those shoelaces weren't sent to the crime lab.
So how was this ruled a suicide? What were the extenuating circumstances that led to them thinking, oh, this is a suicide?
That's an excellent question. Carolyn mentioned her newborn was in the hospital with traumatic brain injuries. She had just broken off a relationship with the father that she was supposed to be married to in a couple of months. So she did have a lot of trauma in her life. So I could see where someone might look at it as a possible suicide. But at the same time, when you look at the evidence, when you look at the crime scene, it just doesn't come across that way to us or to a lot of the officers who were on the scene asking for homicide to come out.
I'm so grateful that you two don't take this for granted, that you are fighting for more information and more justice. And there's also another layer to all of this. It kind of resonates with all of us women about what was going on in her life. Some larger societal issues that you're finding out: gaslighting, toxic masculinity, learning to stand up for yourself. These are things you're finding out she was also dealing with.
She was. One of the things that she had recently gone through is that when she was in high school, her parents had divorced, and she started using food as a way to soothe herself. And she had gained a lot of weight. She was pressured because of that. She was bullied because of that. She developed ulcers. She ended up dropping out of high school. She had a really difficult childhood, but at the same time, she was such a strong person. She lost about 100 pounds in the years before her death. She went back to school. She got her diploma. She had overcome so much in her life.
We talked to her family, and they said to us, she would never do this. They have a Facebook page, which was Autumn's Facebook page, and it's now a memorial, and they are the curators of that Facebook page. And it's just this constant keen of wishing she was still here, wanting answers. Our hope is that, by telling her story, it will compel people to come forward and say what happened. It's just incredible that on this busy pre-Labor Day weekend, Friday, August 30th, nobody remembers seeing her at Green Lake until they found her body. So the family's plea is to please look in your phones. If you have any information, come forward.
The autopsy, what is the official cause of death by suicide?
Another great question.
Yeah. The official cause of death is strangulation But the method of that strangulation is undetermined. In King County, that is so rare, such a rare finding. Like, I think it's 3% of all deaths in King County are ruled as undetermined. If she did this to herself, how would she do it? They can't really duplicate it. And how would she get into the water? Because she didn't die of drowning. And that's one thing that we explore in our podcast. We talk to experts, outside of, our sphere to try to get some kind of like, okay, outside opinions, is this possible?
And if you have any information about Autumn Stone's case, please contact the Scene of the Crime podcast or reach out to the Seattle Police Department. Now, we've got the contact info on our website. And one more note, Carolyn and Kim have recently received some video in the case, but they need the person who shot the footage to come forward and verify. If that's you, please contact Scene of the Crime.